You are listening to a Life in Quebec podcast. For more, visit lifeinquebec.com.
This is Lad Johnson for lifeinquebec.com. As the Quebec Art Company wraps up rehearsals for its spring play, the much-anticipated opening night refers to more than just the first performance before a full audience. It's the title of the play itself. Opening Night, by Norm Foster, is a play within a play that is perhaps best described in the words of its director, J.P. Chartier, who has called it a delicious comedy, filled with relatable characters, quick exchanges, and relationships that come from more from the heart than from the mind. So, J.P., can we start with a summary of the play?
Sure. So, Norm Foster's Opening Night is, like we mentioned before, is a play within a play. It revolves around the 25th wedding anniversary of our two main characters, Ruth and Jack, who are out there to have a good time and out there to find themselves and try to rekindle the flame of the passionate love affair that they've been having for the past 25 years that they've seen dwindle in the past few years. It's about relationships, it's about up and coming, it's a lot about growth, but I think the key takeaway around what Opening Night is, it's about communication. Communication between couples, communication between the old and the new, what people want and what they actually say that they want. And it shines through over and over again throughout the play.
So, do you have any interesting cast members you can highlight besides the couple?
You know what? The cast, both the characters and the people who are playing the characters are all out of this world, and at the same time, they're so realistic. They're so ma and pa kettle. We have Michael Craig, who's the experienced actor, 21 years of acting, who's done it all, who's seen it all, and he's still trying to look for more. Then you've got the young up-and-coming actors, both Libby and Tom, who are just trying to get their big break. Libby, who gets her big break, who does such an outstanding job as the character, and if I can highlight, as a real up-and-comer with the QAC, Evelyn does an outstanding job for her first time on stage. It's fun to see her grow. We talked about growth before, and Evelyn is absolutely outstanding in bringing that to life.
But this is not your first time directing. Tell us more about some of your past work, both as a director and as an actor.
I've been a really, really lucky guy with some of the experiences that I've had in the past, 10, 15 years now or so, both as a director and an actor. Both here in Quebec City and in Ottawa. I've done several plays, most of which I've penned myself, some that I've been lucky enough to be asked to be part of a yet greater production. I think every experience is different, and regardless of who you're working with or what play you're working with or what stage you're working on, you'll always gain something from it, and it's such a joy to get your feet wet every time and learn something every time and take that away, and every step you take you get more and more experience and a bigger toolbox. I laugh toolbox because it's a reference actually in the play in Opening Night. But you get more tools in your toolbox that you get to bring, and you get to hopefully be a better and better actor and a better director with every production that you're with.
You said everyone's different, so what's different this time?
The great joy that I have in this production is being able to work with the QAC. The Quebec Art Company has been around for almost longer than I have been around. It's really, really an honor to be part of this. They truly have such a rich history, both in all the things that they've done and all the people that they've brought along with it and the people that they've picked up as well. We were talking about Evelyn before, who's has her first time on stage and does such a great job. And at the same time, we have Hugh, who's been on stage again, first time with me, but I think he was one of the original cast members way back when. And it's such an honor to be able to work with the old and the new, the everyone in between, and everyone who comes out season after season to help out. So for me, it's just an honor to be part of such a big picture.
Hugh Corsten and Sarah Blair are two leads with two different stories. Hugh is well known to Quebec Art Company audiences going back to the late 1980s, and most recently for his role in Arsenic and Lace in 2006. Whereas Sarah is new to the Quebec Art Company and in fact auditioned for her role quite by accident. So Sarah, how did you end up in this production?
Well, I was bringing my son over to audition for the play, and then it turned out that the play's rehearsals were Tuesday nights, and he had rehearsals over at St. Lawrence on Tuesday nights, so he persuaded me to audition instead.
Did you know what character you were going to audition for?
No, not at all.
Well, tell us about what you ended up with.
Well, I ended up with the character of Ruth, who is a middle-aged housewife who's been married 25 years, and life isn't perfect, and she's trying to create a nice evening for herself and her husband.
Okay, and how are you enjoying the experience so far?
That's been just great. It's been like a step back in time, because I used to practically live in the theatre in my university days, but I haven't done it for at least 35 years or something, so it's been really wonderful.
Well, you've seen a lot of Quebec Art Company shows in the past.
Oh.
Did you ever think you'd be up there on the stage with the people you were seeing?
Well, my kids have said to me, Mum, come on, you should go, and I always say, oh, maybe next year. I always come to see the shows and I love them.
Hugh, we've seen you on the stage many, many times, but not for a long time. What's bringing you back to the Quebec Art Company stage?
The play itself. I saw it in 1989 down at the Piggery Theatre in North Hatley, and it was when it was opening, not opening night, but it was its first run, and I just loved it, and I just socked it away in the back of my head. I said, one day, if that ever comes up at the Quebec Art Company, I want to be in it or direct it, have something to do with it.
Something to do with it. There are actually 5 male roles in this play. Did you have one in particular?
Not really. It was up to the director's discretion. I would have been happy in 2 or 3 different roles.
Well, why don't you tell us about your character? I believe you are married to Sarah here.
I am indeed, 25 years. I'm Jack Tisdale, and my main profession in life is pilfering, varnish, varathane, and the likes. And I've been doing that all my life, all my sort of adult life. And we've just came across a couple of free tickets to this show, Whisper in the Wind, and so Ruthie's dragging me along on the night of the World Series 7th game. So I'm not really that keen on going.
Well, thank you most for coming out and starring in this play, and we're going to look forward to seeing you later tonight or later this week.
And it's
Thank
a great
you.
show.
JP, how would you describe the chemistry these 2 actors have on stage?
These guys are so much fun to watch, both on and off stage, and that's one thing that's neat about this play, where it is a play within a play. So, as an actor, I'm always kind of looking out for what happens behind the scenes and in rehearsals and in the green rooms and in the dressing rooms, and it's neat to see how they've come together. And they've built this rapport that when you watch them on stage, it really makes you think that they have been together 25 years. Just with their little looks, the little subtleties that I think makes them such great actors and brings so much to the characters and the chemistry that they have together. They have the looks, they bicker, but they're sweet, and you can tell there's a really strong foundation, both as characters and as actors. They're just so much fun to watch.
Wonderful. What are some of the other highlights in the play for you?
Oh boy, there are so many. I have to give so much credit to Michael's character, portrayed by Patrice Lauzon. He's this aging actor who has a lot of experience, but he's so much fun to watch because he's just all over the place. He's so confident, yet at the same time he's so vulnerable, and it's cute, especially for such a big man. He's 6'3" or something, and he just, when he looks vulnerable, it's so neat to see the dichotomy between the two. Richard and Scylla, the director and the director's girlfriend, they have such a wonderful chemistry. They're hilarious together. Attitude, but again, it comes down to communication, it comes down to sweetness, and it comes down to the chemistry that they've built as a couple who have been together 5 years as well. But just so much credit to Norm Foster for writing such a quick-witted play where there's so much back and forth and it's just non-stop, and you get to build characters from the first word.
Wonderful. Is there anything else that audience can look forward to?
You know, it's for a 2-act play that lasts I don't know, 2.25 hours. It is one of the quickest plays I've seen. Be prepared to be stunned that when the lights come up for the interval, and when the lights come up at the end of the play, it goes by so quickly. It's funny, it's cute, it's so endearing, it's beautiful, and I can't tell you how honored I am to be part of this play, and I give so much credit to the crew, so much credit to the actors. Actually, one of the lines in the play is, "Any half-wit can direct a good play," and I'm a very, very proud half-wit to be able to direct this one.
Well, again, thank you so much for being part of the production, and we're really looking forward to it.
Cool, thank you.
So performances start Thursday, April 14th, and run through Sunday, April 17th. Performances on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night begin at 8 o'clock. Matinee performance on Sunday at 2 o'clock. All performances are held at the Holland School at 940 Avenue Ernest Gagnon in Quebec City. Tickets are $15 for general admission, $12 for seniors and students, and people can get them either by reserving online or coming to the door. And for more information, go to the Quebec Art Company's website, www.quebecartcompany.com. Thanks for listening to the show, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you for listening to the Life in Quebec podcast. For more news, commentary, editorials, and opinion, visit lifeinquebec.com/podcast.